Hello everybody, and welcome to my very first episode of Glowing with Glow. This is a YouTube series that I want to create to help people really learn how to anchor calm and safety into themselves. Now, if you don't understand what any of that means, that's okay. You probably do, which is why you're here, and you're probably looking for answers. So this series is for you if you are constantly living from the mind, that you're constantly living on this merry-go-round of the mind, trying to solve problems from the thing that created the problem. You know, we can't solve problems from this thing that creates the problems. And we try so hard, and we'll overthink and we'll overthink and we'll run to our friends and we'll talk about the problem, talk about the problem, talk about the problem. And we are just keeping the problem very much alive when all we have to do is just get in the body. And so if you are living from the merry-go-round of the mind and you're wanting to learn how to get out of that, get off that ride, then this is the course for you. This is a totally free course, totally free series. I just want this information accessible to people because it has absolutely changed my life. This work is so impactful. So if you find any of this series impactful, it would mean so much to me if you would share it with a friend or if you would subscribe. That would mean so much. So the merry-go-round of the mind is one. Another is we are trying to numb everything that is happening in the body. We don't want to feel the feelings that are happening within ourselves. So our nervous system goes into fight or flight. We want to numb immediately with social media, sex, alcohol, whatever, you name it, drugs. Food is a big one for people. I know that was a big one for me. When I was up here, I was like, all the carbs, like help me to get just calm. And it does trick you into feeling calmer for a minute, but in the long run, it actually makes us more and more dysregulated and more disconnected from ourselves. So there's nothing wrong with eating a donut, y'all, as long as you're not eating it to avoid what's happening within you. So if that's something that you want to learn, you're in the right place because we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, and you're also going to get some tangible tips to help you to overcome those things so that we're not avoiding and we're just facing it head on. Now, another thing you might be doing, this is something that I did for a very long time, which is I was constantly trying to run away from myself. Okay, so as an example, if there was something going on in the workplace, I thought, well, if I just get a new job, these problems will be gone. But guess what? I got a new job and the problems were still there because I was part of the problem, right? No matter where we go, there we are. You might be that person that's in this relationship, I'm going to be happier. In this job, I'm going to be happier. Well, if I just move to this new town, if I just, start over again, then all my problems will be gone. But then guess what? There they are again, and they're following you. It's because the problem isn't out there. The problem isn't here. The problem is in how we react to others. The problem is when we don't have boundaries and we say yes and we let people take advantage of us, okay? People can't take advantage of you unless you hand over that, right? Unless you give them permission to do so, okay? So when we learn how to stop running from ourselves and when we learn to just dive in and face it, that's when things really begin to change. When we fix in here, everything out here changes because everything out here is a direct reflection of everything happening in here. So when we stop avoiding, when we lean in, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. Now, I don't want you just to face everything head on and just go for it and dive in because that can be really dangerous. We want to do this from a place of safety. Safety is so important because the more safety we create, the more expansion we create, and the more we're able to hold those things that once felt so big. The more safety we create, I want you to imagine it as in the bubbles getting bigger. We can hold anxiety, we can hold problems, we can face those things that we've been avoiding from a much bigger space, and we'll be able to hold it with a lot of safety. So how do we create safety in the body? Well, number one, I have created a course on this. Now this one does cost a little bit of money, but it is 75% off. So it is less than $60 Canadian, where I'm gonna walk you through creating safety in your nervous system. We're gonna breathe together. There's 5 breathwork sessions in there, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home without any ads or any of the nonsense that comes along with all these other platforms. And you can just zen out and create that safety, which also leads to expansion. So if you would like that course, I'm gonna have the link to it below this video so that you can easily access it with the promo code as well, because it is regular $222. So I also want to say that oils are a huge reason why I even ever was able to do nervous system work, because little did I know when I got into essential oils that I was healing my nervous system without knowing that's what I was doing. So just doing a little scent tent with your essential oils, you put some on your hands, take a nice deep breath. That is creating safety. Essential oils are the teeniest, tiniest molecule. They go directly into our limbic system, into our emotional center. And they kind of help sort out trauma without us having to relive it or talk about it. So essential oils have been a huge part in creating safety for me. And like I said, I didn't even know I was doing it. When I was doing it, I was just breathing in the oils because they helped me calm down. Little did I know it was helping heal my autonomic nervous system, my emotional center, okay? Because your smell is directly connected to memories, emotions, and all of that amazing stuff, which is why they work so amazing. And I do recommend, if you're going to be doing this work, grab some oils. I also have those for you if you need them. My link will be in there as well. Also, they just smell so good. Okay, so there's that. So throughout this series, we are going to be doing some breathwork patterns. We are going to be just learning tangible ways to create some safety in the body so that we can start to begin to look at things that are happening within us that we've been avoiding. Because one of the best pieces of advice I have ever received is that pain just wants to be acknowledged. I'm going to say that again. Pain just wants to be acknowledged. I want you to think about a time when somebody hurt you and you went to them and said, hey, this hurt me. And they avoided it and they kind of put it back on you and they took zero ownership, right? That pain stays within us because it wasn't acknowledged. Now, if we took our pain to somebody and said, hey, this really hurt me, and they said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I can see that it's hurt you, it won't happen again. Automatically that pain leaves the body. It's been acknowledged, it can go now. But when it's not acknowledged and it's just persisting, it's persisting in the body, and we store so much in our body when we don't acknowledge it and when we don't look into it. So this is something that, I just gave you the example of an outer interaction, but this is happening within us all the time. You have pain that is waiting for you to acknowledge it, to say, hey, this pain is here. It's in here. I feel it. I see you. I love you. I'm so sorry I've been avoiding you. And it is safe to let go now. And that's going to dissolve. That's going to melt that pain that's been stuck in your body. That thing that you might not even know is in there, that has been causing your nervous system to be in fight or flight, that has been causing you to have all these walls up, that has been causing you to not want to live in the present moment. And it's just such an easy thing that we can do. Now, again, I don't recommend going head on into that if you're not ready. Let's just start with some deep, deep breaths. And when you're ready, when you feel ready to lean into things happening in your body, when you feel ready to really hold those things, that's when you do it, and not a moment before. Because if you just, like I said, head on go into it and it's too much too fast, your nervous system is not going to feel safe, and it's not going to do the work in the same way as if we create that spacious container and hold it from that space. So what I recommend, follow along the series, do the breath patterns with me. If you want to go even deeper, grab some essential oils, get the course, and really, really do the work, because it is a game changer. It is the way to let go of the trauma you've been storing and really just fall back in love with your being, with this vessel that you've been given, because it is such a gift. Your body is such a gift. Your body is so beautiful. And as somebody who had chronic pain and an autoimmune condition for 10 years of my life, I know what it's like to hate your body and to avoid. I know, and that's why I'm so passionate about this work, because I do know that true healing exists, and life is so much better. It is so much better when we stop running from ourselves and when we love this vessel. And when we love this vessel, we make much, much different choices for this, okay? Much different. We pick different food, different relationships. We talk to ourselves differently. We take different action because we're coming from a place of love instead of a place of shame. When we're trying to fix everything from this place of shame and avoidance, you're gonna just keep repeating the same cycles, okay? When we get in the body, when we create more space for joy, more space for love, when we fall in love with this being that we are, that's when everything changes. If you are not able to get oils right now or the course right now, you can only choose one or the other, that's amazing too. Start where you can. If you can't do either of those yet, and this free content is what you need right now in your life, that's beautiful too. There is no pressure. I want this journey to feel good and to feel safe for you. That's the whole point. If you have any comments, if you want to connect with me, please reach out. I am here. I'm very passionate to help other people, so please don't be afraid to reach out, okay? Now, if any of this has spoken to you, like I said, please share it with a friend, subscribe to this video, and I'm so excited for you to dive into this series where we are gonna breathe deep, learn tangible ways to feel safe in the body, and just feel dang good. Thanks so much.